Hello, everybody. So, it's been a while since I've done a podcast, and I don't know. I've been putting it off, but I've got some things on my mind, and it mainly came from the fact that I just finished the doubling vocals video, and I talked about how I don't like what quantizing, and I don't like auto tune. I am not a fan of any of this. And I know it's a lot of people use it, and we've gotten to this point in this world where it's like, well, everything has to be perfect. It's so bad that I think there's a video of Justin Bieber, and he starts singing, and you can hear the auto tune, and then he goes, "Well, turn the auto tune off," and then he starts singing again to the song. I honestly think they did that on purpose. I do. I think they did that on purpose. They had the auto-tune set incorrectly so that he could do that and then turn the auto-tune where it should be, so that suddenly people are like, "Oh, he doesn't need auto-tune." Yeah, I'm going to disagree with that. He probably does. He might not anymore. But yeah, I'm going to explain why I'm against auto-tune. And it has to do with a lot of things that I've heard on other videos. I was watching, there's one channel I watched where they were talking about, auto-tune cuts down the amount of time it takes to record something. Yeah, it does. But the thing is that you're working with vocals, and all that does is, because they were talking about, it used to take hours to get a perfect vocal track. Yeah, absolutely, it does. If you're working that hard at it, it does. But what it does is it makes you a better singer. Why would you want to, cut it and then just so you can fake it? It drives me nuts. Like the performance is more important than your talent, really, is what it comes down to. And it's sad to see, and I know there's not a lot you can do with it. You have, these massive tours, and they have video screens and all this stuff, and it's everywhere. And I guarantee you that I don't care who you are, and I don't, I've seen people say, "Oh, no, this person's real." The only time that I'll say yes, it's real, is if I'm standing right in front of them and there's nothing but them and an instrument. That is it. Because I remember somebody showed, I saw one video where it's like, "Oh, look, what's her name? Can't think of her name at the moment. Miley Cyrus. Oh, she can sing. Look, she's singing her song." Yeah, she's singing to herself. She's singing exactly what she had already sung. It's easy to do that. It's easy to follow what somebody else has already done. Your ear can do that, and if you have good hearing, you can do that. You can follow along quite well, and you won't screw up. And plus, it, so if I'm playing one of my songs behind me and then I sing with it, it's gonna sound fine. So that's not a test. An actual test is, I have a guitar, or I have a keyboard, or I have something, and I'm just singing straight out of my mouth with it. The other time I will believe it is barbershop, a cappella. If the acapella group, not if they all have their own mics, but if it's one mic, and this is true about barbershop. One of the reasons why I love barbershop music is these guys really, 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 they work hard, and they can do this. And they will sing a song, and it's them. And the reason I say this is you can't auto-tune that is because it's one microphone, 4 voices, and auto-tune is not up to that yet, where it can just, do that. And excuse me. And so that's another thing. That's why I like barbershop. I've found that my musical tastes have changed over the years, and I'm going to be honest with you. I used to hate country. I still hate country. But anything older for some reason than 1980 around there. Anything older than that, I like now. I can get it. I can get with it. I can I like it, and it's not because I'm getting old. It's just that because it sounds real to me as opposed to other stuff. I still love rock. I still love, I'm an old Euro dance guy. I used to listen to Euro dance in the 90s. Loved it. I was a grunge guy in the 90s as well. I've kind of branched all over. I would say that I stopped my musical love. Like, if you look at my list of music, you'll see it starts in the 30s because I'm a Louis Armstrong. I like Louis Armstrong. I like old jazz, and then it goes up. So by like the 50s, it'll start going up. If I were to graph all of my music that I listen to, and then it'll probably peak somewhere in the I would say probably either the 80s or the 90s. It'll peak and then it'll start coming down again. And then by 2010, it's probably dead. And it's just me being honest. Although a lot of what I listen to now, I love going onto Bandcamp and finding bands on there and going, yeah, that's cool. I'll listen to that. And I will, because that to me is more authentic than what I'm hearing on the radio, what all these award shows promote. I find that more real. It's just the way it is. I like it better. I'm surprised that Bandcamp doesn't have an awards show for that stuff, but that might be hard to do. And yeah, so, but yeah, that's what I listen to. I listen to a lot of Bandcamp stuff, a lot of what you guys have put out there. It's real. That to me sounds better than a lot of the crap I'm hearing on the radio nowadays. It's just all plastic. So yeah, I'm hoping that at some point maybe there will be a turnaround. I was hoping that, maybe with Spotify and that, although Spotify I find promotes the same crap that everybody else promotes. So you don't get the good stuff. Even though I find my YouTube channel, my YouTube music list, and what they suggest is more aligned to what I will listen to, as opposed to what Spotify gives me. I'm like, why do you think I'd want to listen to this? I don't like this person. I've made it very clear. I've disliked everything. Oh, you might like this new song they have out. No, I will not. No, I will not. I'm not a fan of them. Sorry. Yeah, so that throws it all. But yeah, I will say, and if anybody says to you, yeah, this person is singing authentically, no, they're probably not. Everything is auto-tuned nowadays. Everything is pre-recorded. Everything is just, it's done that way because everything's got to be perfect. I think Become the Night he talked about it with the last Super Bowl, which I didn't watch. I don't watch the halftime shows anymore. They're not worth it. Where Usher was on, and he had her, the guitarist, playing, and she was, and they said, "Oh, listen to her, she's great," and he showed no, it was recorded, pre-recorded, and then he played Prince playing the Super Bowl, which was not pre-recorded, and that was just absolutely, great. And he fumbled, he made mistakes, but it was authentic. I think this is what we're getting away from. We need the authenticity again. It's, it's a sad way that we are here now. And I just wanted to get that off my chest. It's been buried in there for a while. I don't generally talk about it, but yeah. So that's why I'm saying, when you guys sit down and play and you record, think before you auto-tune or you quantize or whatever, because keep it authentic. And I'm not trying to be a Gibson commercial here either. I'm being honest. I'm not telling you to play Gibson. I don't care what guitar you play. Hell, I do not have a Gibson. I don't want a Gibson. I have a Goya sitting right over there. Why do I have that? Because I like it. It sounds good. It plays. It does what I want. So yeah, that's my podcast this week for this month probably. But I just wanted to say thanks again to everybody for subscribing, and I will talk to you later. Bye.